Hey, what's up guys? I was not planning on making this video today, but we have one of the craziest snowboard sales that I've ever seen going on right now. So I had to share this with you guys, and I hope this video helps you find some deals. Let's jump right into it. All right, my goal with this video is to highlight some things that I have personal experience with and you typically don't see on sale because they're a popular, well-selling product and still has some good sizing available, not just some like random sizes. So starting off strong, we got the Bataleon Evil Twin, one of my personal favorites. A very well-rounded true twin park board with the staples from Bataleon, their triple base technology, and a full positive camber profile. You've heard me talk about this one many times over the years on the channel, and it's going for over $200 off today. I got some other boards from Bataleon as well. If you're a fan of that triple base, we got the Bataleon Blow. That's their more entry-level snowboard, going to be much more jibby and softer flexing. Still has that triple base, of course, and is just a great one if you're into butters, flat ground tricks, more technical rail tricks, or just looking for a nice entry-level, more beginner board. They've also got their Bataleon Cruiser Plus. I've never actually ridden the Plus version of this snowboard, but I spent quite a bit of time on the regular Cruiser. A great, more all-mountain freeride focus board. Floats really good in powder. I spent a lot of time on it in Japan. Really fun for carving as well, and doesn't have a super overpowering feel. It's still a very manageable snowboard that carves well and has a lot of versatility for exploring the resort. We've also got a ton of Capita snowboards, staying strong with the list here today. First, I'm just highlighting the Capita Outsiders. We got reviews on most of these boards on the channel as well if you want to check that out to get a deeper dive into these products. But the Outsiders is like a high-level park and freestyle focused snowboard. You'll see a lot of the Capita team riding this thing. Really fun one, very energetic, positive camber, has some good stability, a great jump board, and just a little bit of a more advanced freestyle snowboard. This one going for about $180 off MSRP. We've also got the Capita Ultra Fear, one of my favorites on the Capita lineup. Classic snowboard with a lot of great tech built into it. This is like, I would say for most riders, going to be a very comfortable, just all around park board. It's pressable, it's good on jumps, it has a lot of awesome technology built into it for dampening and things like that, as well as some carbon, and it's typically a board that we never see on sale. So this is still available in pretty much every size, going for $150 off on the Ultra Fear camber. Got it available in the reverse camber version as well if you're looking for something a little bit more jibby and pressable but still has all that great tech built into it. We've also got the Capita Mega Mercury going for $240 off. That's insane. So this is like their premium freeride focused snowboard. It is extremely lightweight, has a 3D core profiling in the snowboard. This is a very burly, stable snowboard. This is going to be a more advanced snowboard that's able to tackle the most technical lines where you need a lot of stability. That lightweight construction is in your favor. It's got that mega light top sheet. It's got the Mega Drive base, I believe is what they call it. So it has this crazy structure in the base to help just keep you going fast and get that moisture out from under the board as quickly as possible. I mean, it's an $800 snowboard going for $560, available in nearly every size. So this one really took me by surprise when I saw it. Hope some of you guys are able to jump on this deal we got here this week. We also have the regular Mercury. We're gonna have an updated review coming out on the channel for this one in the fall. I just rode this one a couple weeks ago out at Mammoth, and this is just a solid all-around snowboard. It's a staple all-mountain board on the Capita lineup. Has a very friendly flex to it, going to be enough stability for you more advanced riders just looking for that more freestyle-y all-mountain kind of snowboard. I mean, this is the board that you'll see Kevin Backstrom riding. Arthur Longo rode this a lot before he got his own pro model, and still got some popular sizing on this one, going for a pretty good discount here today, going for $440 as opposed to $630 MSRP. I got the Capita Navigator, one of my personal favorites on the Capita lineup as far as directional shapes go. This is actually a pretty playful snowboard, which I think is a big part of the reason why it's so much fun. It does retain a very freestyle-y feel to it, but has that design that you want for softer snow conditions and carving and exploring the resort. Again, pretty much every size on the Navigator. This is pretty crazy. We've also got the Pathfinder Reverse. So if you are a fan of the Horoscope, this is basically the new name for the Horoscope. Comes in a reverse camber and positive camber option. $300 for this snowboard, every size available. Gotta highlight all these. I mean, there's a lot of boards we're gonna run through here today. We've also got the Season Forma, so this is going to be like a fish style powder snowboard. It actually has quite a stiff flex to it, which I think is a little bit unique for this shape of board. I do have a review on this one if you want to check it out, but if you're looking for that very directional, very nimble powder kind of board, or you're looking for that fish specifically, wanted to highlight this one. This is going for $280 off MSRP. Also the Nexus, you guys have heard me talk about this one quite a bit. $330, $210 off MSRP, pretty much every size available. This one I rode as a personal board a couple years ago, and I love this snowboard as just a do-it-all, all-arounder. Very freestyle-y feel to it, super comfortable in the park, but does have that directionality to help you out around the rest of the resort, make it a little bit more fun for carving, and offer a benefit in powder. I've also got a couple boards from Endeavor I wanted to highlight. So my personal board this season, the Endeavor BOD Legacy, not on sale on their website, but if you use code BOARDARCHIVE, you'll get 20% off anything on the Endeavor website. So I wanted to highlight this one, just a great, more stable, true twin freestyle snowboard. It does have a bit of 3D profiling at the contact points to make it a little bit more catch free. Really fun one. I enjoyed this one a lot this year. And the Endeavor Archetype, my next favorite snowboard on the Endeavor lineup. Very interesting swallowtail kind of board. Camber dominant, has that swallowtail built into it, so it's gonna give you that benefit in powder. Has a very unique shape to it as well, and is surprisingly freestyle friendly. This thing rides switch very well and is a board that you could still take in the park and have a good time, in my opinion. Also want to highlight some sales I've got going on the Board Archive website. So basically all the hoodies are going for $75. I've never marked them down before, but if you've been waiting to pick one up, now's your chance. We got the riding hoodie going for $75. We got the white riding hoodie for $75 and the waterproof hoodie for $75 as well. I also marked down the helmet if you want to rep the Great Wave Sandbox. I've been super stoked on this thing. We only have size small and medium left, but if you wear a smaller helmet, mark these down to $99. So that's a pretty big discount there. And buy one, get one 20% off will still apply on the Board Archive website if you want to pick anything up. All right, back to the snowboards. We got the Burton Grill Master, a family tree snowboard, going for just about $200 off MSRP, a little over $200 there. So this was the board that Marco Grilk had designed. Is just like a rad dad snowboard. Great all-arounder, has some directionality to it. So you can really ride it in any condition, but still retains a really fun freestyle feel as well. We got a review on the channel on this one that we did with Snowboard Mag if you guys want to check that out. We also have the Family Tree Deep Days. I spent a lot of time on this one in Japan 2 years ago. Floats extremely well, very maneuverable, and has a pretty buttery, pressable feel on more firm snow conditions, but a really, really fun snowboard in the soft, deeper snow. I've also got the Burton Custom, like every size on the Custom, going for $200 off. This is arguably the most popular board in snowboarding. Very versatile, directional twin. There's been multiple reviews on it on the channel. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. So of course, you know, had to highlight the Custom. We've also got the United Shapes Cadet. This one I actually rode for the first time this year, and it was a big standout for me, so I wanted to include it on this list, even though we only have 150s and 154s available right now, going for $140 off MSRP. It's a little bit of a higher price point snowboard, but it's an amazing carver, has the directionality to float in powder, did a great job up on Bell Pass this year, and has an incredible freestyle feel to it as well. Really fun in the park. Just a great do-it-all snowboard in my opinion, with a very interesting flex and pop. Very versatile snowboard. So I wanted to include that one on here for you guys. So hopefully some of you check that one out. I've also got the Yes Basic going for $365, every size available. This is like my most recommended entry-level snowboard if you're looking to get something just starting out, get your first snowboard, you just want a very versatile, easy riding twin. The Basic is a great option. Camber dominant, also has, I believe, their underbite tech. Yeah, not mid-bite, underbite, to give you some added contact points underfoot to help it in variable conditions. Great versatile snowboard if you're just starting out, going for a good price here today. All right, we've got some Rome snowboards as well. We got the Rome Stale Fish. Reviewed this one this year. This is Stale Sombek's directional choice that he helped design. Very wide snowboard, fun carving board, and obviously going to float well on those deeper days. You got the Rome Renegade. Tested this one in Mammoth as well just a couple weeks ago. Bit of a stiffer snowboard. Rennie Renekongas Pro model here. Camber dominant, slightly directional, very versatile snowboard for a more advanced rider looking for something that's going to come through with that versatility, that pop, and that stability with a more freestyle focus in mind. We've also got the Gangplank from Rome, so another entry-level snowboard in my opinion. This one has a little bit more tech built into it than the Mechanic, but still a very forgiving, flexy, buttery snowboard. It's going to be great if you're a jibber working on those more technical tricks, or if you're just getting started in freestyle or in snowboarding and want something to help you with that progression. All right, we got a few more boards here before we get into some other things. We've got the Nidecker Sensor Plus. This one was a big standout for me a couple seasons ago when I got to ride it. Very similar feel to the Evil Twin, but it doesn't have full 3BT. It just has the side kick. So it does have the uplifted base and edge in the tips, making it very catch free. And it's just a great all-around freestyle board. A little bit jibby in my opinion, but still, I think if you're a more advanced rider, it's going to be a fun all-arounder for rails, jumps, whatever you're doing out there, and comes through with that nice catch-free feel and the camber dominant profile. We've got a favorite from Salomon on a big discount today as well. The Salomon Assassin, quintessential all-mountain snowboard on their lineup. Got to test this one this year, and it is a lot of fun. A very versatile snowboard, and not as aggressive as you might expect with the reputation it has. I think it's still a very manageable, approachable snowboard, and going to have that versatility for exploring the entire resort, but still also have a very friendly freestyle feel as well. I really like the graphic on this one, and going for $398, so about $170 off MSRP. I saw the War Pig as well and had to include it on the list today. One of the very first snowboards to really popularize the volume shifted kind of style that we've been seeing in the industry the last 4 or 5 years. Great carving snowboard, great choice if you have a larger boot size, and just a great all mountain choice. Found some Jones I wanted to highlight as well. Not holding back. I really wanted to run through everything I thought you guys might like, because these are some boards that are just never on sale. They're usually sold out or just have very random sizing. So we got the Tweaker. This was a relatively new snowboard on the Jones lineup. It's their freestyle focus board, true twin, softer flexing, camber dominant, has the spoon tech in the nose and tail, so it's very catch free as well. Runs their traction tech to help you out in variable snow conditions. So it's got all that Jones tech built into it, but is a more jibby freestyle kind of board overall. I've also got the Mind Expander Twin. It's technically a powder twin. It's a very wide chassis snowboard, so if you have a larger boot size, this is going to be another good one to look at. This is a very playful, softer flexing snowboard, but has that width to help you out in powder, and it's just going to be a nice jibby playful one around the resort. I do have reviews on both the Tweaker and the Mind Expander Twin on the channel if you want to really dive into it. But yeah, 150, 54, 58, and 62, going for about $100 off. And I think that's it for the snowboard. So also wanted to highlight a couple other things. I found the Annan M4s, one of my favorite goggles, on sale, which you never really see these things on sale, going for nearly $100 off in every color that they offer. And with the M4s, you do get a bonus lens with the perceived lens technology. So it's got that color optimized contrast and saturation kind of tailored specifically for snowboarding, which I think is one of the biggest benefits of running these higher end goggles like the Annans. Like I said, these are never on sale, so I had to highlight that. I've also got the Dragon PXVs going for 85 bucks. These do come with a bonus lens as well, and they've got the Luma lens tech, which is similar to that perceived to optimize the color and the contrast for snow conditions. These are going to vary a little bit color to color, but some of these are marked down quite a bit, as you can tell with this one going for 85 bucks for the Dijon color. We've also got the Smith Squad XL, 90 bucks. These are also going to vary depending on the color, but there's quite a few colorways going for 90. These also come with a bonus lens, and they have Smith Chroma Pop, which is similar to that Luma lens or that perceived lens technology. So some pretty sweet deals there. Also wanted to highlight some goggles that I've never had the opportunity to do on a list like this. We got the Oakley line miners going for $96. And with Oakleys, you do not get a bonus lens, so keep that in mind. But I know a lot of people love these goggles, and right now they're going for a pretty sweet deal, as well as the flight decks. Over half off, or no, exactly half off for the flight decks. These are going to be color to color. Again, you don't get the bonus lens with Oakley, but very high quality goggles. You know, if you ever tried Oakleys or you're a fan of that brand and you wanted to pick these up, now might be your chance. And a couple more things here are some bindings I wanted to highlight. So we got the Union Charger splitboard bindings available in every color. These are so dialed in. These are my personal splitboard bindings that I run from Union. They're not a pin-based binding. They work extremely quickly to change them over. Very well thought out binding, very comfortable. And you know, they're not made of a metal chassis. They're made out of a normal binding material, so they're very comfortable for the ride down, very lightweight, and still very functional for the climb as well. So wanted to highlight those, going for $150 off, which is pretty crazy, as well as most of the Union lineup. So we got the Ultras going for almost $100 off, every size available, lots of colors, very comfortable. Probably my favorite freestyle binding on the Union lineup, just a super cushy, comfortable feel out of these guys. If you'd rather have the Strata, those are going for $180, still every size available. We've also got the Flight Pro, if you're just looking for like a budget entry-level binding. These are already starting off at a great price for MSRP, but you can pick these up right now for $126. I don't think I've ever seen a brand new binding on sale for this price. So if you're looking for your very first binding or something for your first setup, or you just need a spare set of bindings, that's a pretty incredible deal. And the last thing on the list here today are the Ride Fuse boots. These are my personal boots I've been riding for the last 5 seasons. They unfortunately don't have my size. I get these in an 8.5, or I would probably pick up a pair for next season right now. But just to, you know, kind of point it out to you guys that not just all the crazy amount of snowboards and gear I just mentioned is on sale, but really everything. If you need boots, you need outerwear, you need base layers, you need gloves or mittens, check everything out. There is a surprising amount of stuff on sale right now, going for a deeper discount than you might think, and they probably have your size available. So if you do end up buying anything online, please make sure to use the links down in the description below. Everything that I talked about is going to be linked down there, and it'll help support the channel at no additional cost to you. So I really appreciate that. Hope you guys got some value out of this video. I always enjoy making these because I know that they provide a lot of value for everyone who watches the channel. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching today. And let me know down in the comments if you end up picking any of this stuff up. See you next time.